Hi, good morning. Welcome to today's Morning Moxie. I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you about time spent during the grand shelter in place of 2020. I find that being forced to stay home has made me, there have definitely been some lifestyle changes. And I will say they've been positive because number one, I'm certainly saving on gas since I'm definitely not going anywhere. And at the same time, gas prices have really fallen. So I just I sort of hate not being able to take advantage of the lower prices because I'm sure once we're back in business, um, the prices are going to go back up. But on the other hand, that's money that I can spend elsewhere, which is, I think, what helped me be able to start the snowball bill reduction method I mentioned in a previous video. So let me just explain briefly. What you do with your snowball pay down is you take extra money that you have found in your budget to direct toward one bill at a time. Now, there are two schools of thought. You pay down the bill with the highest interest, or you pay the bill off with the lowest balance so that you can see results faster. I'm going for the lowest balance because I want to get rid of this annoying bill. So what you do is you take whatever your minimum payment or your regular payment is. If you can pay more than minimum, you should. But let's just say you're going to take that minimum payment due and you're going to take that found money and add it to that minimum payment so you're paying hopefully 2 or 3 times what the normal payment should be, and that helps you apply big chunks of money at a time so that bill will go away faster. So once that bill is gone, you take that whole amount, it would be the minimum plus your snowball amount, and you put it to the next lowest bill that has um, a, a scheduled payment. So you'll have the scheduled payment plus the snowball and the old bill's payment, a bigger chunk going towards the second bill, and then just keep on until you pay them all off. So that is just my preference because I like to see the results. You stay motivated to try harder to find more extra money so you can make bigger snowballs and then wipe out those bills that much quicker. So having saved on gas, which I'm assuming, or maybe not shopping as much as I used to, I haven't seen home goods. I'm going through withdrawal. Um, I haven't been in a month at least. So that was started. So I was able to do that, and that was a pleasant surprise because I hadn't taken the time to sit down and look at my money that closely because there's just so many things going on, so much news hitting you every day, right? So that was a positive. And then another positive um, came from a negative, which is when my lawnmower stopped working. Now, I bought a cheap lawnmower when I bought the house just because, I was new to town, didn't have any service providers, and, it was just something on my list. I didn't mind cutting the grass. I don't like pulling weeds, but I don't mind cutting the grass, right? So when the lawnmower broke, I'm like, okay, I got to find somebody. And then the first person came by who dropped his flyer in the driveway. I called. He visited. He was a little grumpy. And he quoted me some exorbitant rate, which was high because that backyard is kind of a mess. It was a jungle back there. But I was willing to pay it. Turns out he disappeared. He didn't come back. So I guess he didn't want the work. Uh, but later on, I reached out to a friend and I got a referral from her family for someone to do the yard. And he charged me less than half to clear up that backyard. So I was thrilled to say, yes, please, although his monthly rate was higher than the other guy. So it was kind of a trade off, but I still saved that money up front. And when he came, I gave him a tip because A, he did a good job, and B, I already had this savings, right? So the point of that little story actually was just to say that two things. Sometimes good things will happen out of bad, which was when my lawnmower broke. That was a negative. And we had the shelter in place, so it wasn't like I could take it down to the repair shop anyway. But in the meantime, my front yard was starting to look embarrassing. So I'm glad I was able to work this out. So, and then the other thing, it had been on my list for forever to find someone to help me with the yard because again, that's not the best use of my time. It's not the best use of your time, right? You can find someone to clean your house, do your laundry, do your yard. What was that other one? Deliver your groceries, right? These are little things that we shouldn't actually be doing. because we're supposed to be growing our business. So I was forced into it because of a negative, but I'm really excited to carry that forward now that it finally happened. I was forced to make a decision. I made a decision and we moved forward. So two good things out of a bad thing, out of the grand bad thing and the little bad thing. So that's how I'm managing with this shelter in place. So why don't you share below what are some new problems that you were, should I say, forced to solve, or you found now that you have extra time on your hands, you're solving new problems, you're learning new skills such as video and Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. So what have you learned or otherwise solved during this extra time that you are sheltering in place? Please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And that is today's Morning Moxie with Larissa. I will see you next time. And this is Larissa saying ciao.